Aloha, everyone. Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and StandTogetherHawaii.com. And I want to do a video on understanding who controls the world and that the war on terror was planned 130 years ago. You guys, this is a letter I'm going to be reading from The Enemy Unmasked, Bill Hughes. You can find this on Amazon. It's not on, I'm sorry, you find it on eBay. It's not on Amazon. There's also a PDF that you can find if you look up The Enemy Unmasked. But this is a book that has numerous other sources and quotes from other books. And this is a letter that was written August 15th, 1871, and is by Albert Pike to Giuseppe Mazzini. Having consolidated their financial grip on most of the European nations by the middle of the last century, the international bankers worked feverishly to extend their sphere of influence to the ends of the earth in preparation for their final assault on the United States, a nation which through its unique constitution remained free. In the decades that followed, it became apparent that in order to achieve their goal of world domination, they would have to instigate a series of wars, which would result in the leveling of the old world order in preparation for the construction of the new world order. This plan was outlined in the graphic detail by Albert Pike, the sovereign grand commander of the ancient and accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry and the top illuminist in America. In this letter to Giuseppe Mazzini, dated August 15th, 1871, Pike stated that the First World War was to be fomented in order to destroy Tsarist Russia and to place that vast land under the direct control of Illuminati agents, which I'm now going to say unilluminated with that word. Russia was then to be used as the boogeyman to further the aims of the unilluminated worldwide. World War II was to be fomented through manipulation of the differences that exist between the German nationalists and the political Zionists. This was to result in an expansion of Russia influence and the establishment of the state of Israel in Palestine. That was for World War II, which was in the 1940s. This is also not about Russia. This is about these elitists who have infiltrated everything, and I'll share who they are after I read this last part. The Third World War was planned to result from the differences stirred up by the unilluminated agents between the Zionists and the Arabs. The conflict was planned to spread worldwide. The unilluminated said the letter planned to unleash the nihilists and atheists and provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Then, everywhere, the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of Christianity, of civilization, and the multitude delusioned with Christianity. Check that out. Let me read that again because that's important. Then everywhere, the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of Christianity whose deistic spirits will from the moment be without compass, without direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true, I can't even believe this is written in freaking letters, will receive the true light through the Lucifer. Will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. Read that again. Will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view, a manifestation which will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. And this is from Des Griffin, Descent into Slavery, Emissary Publications, and this is The Enemy Unmasked. Please get this book. It's on eBay. The reason for this, and I'm going to share with you a Catholic bishop, archbishop, who's also going to share his message. In fact, let's just go there right now, because it's a good place to go and share this. Here's what he has to say. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to add the audio in there. Okay, audio's there. Good. All right, here we go.
In which a financial and ideological elite.
Oops, sorry everybody. I was supposed to go back here. 51 is where it's supposed to start. Let me hear.
Dear friends, for 2 years now, we have been witnessing a global coup d'etat in which a financial and ideological elite has succeeded in seizing control of part of the national government, public and private institutions, the media, the judiciary, politicians and religious leaders. All of these, without distinction, have become enslaved to these new masters who ensure power, money and social affirmation to their accomplices. Fundamental rights, which up until yesterday were presented as inviolable, have been trampled underfoot in the name of an emergency. Today, a health emergency, tomorrow, an ecological emergency, and after that, an internet emergency. This global coup d'etat deprives citizens of any possibility of defense, since the legislative, executive, and judicial powers are complicit in the violation of law, justice, and the purpose for which they exist. It is a global coup d'etat, because this criminal attack against citizens extends to the whole world, with every very rare exception. It is a world war where the enemies are all of us, even those who unwittingly have not yet understood the significance of what is happening. It is a war fought not with weapons, but with illegitimate rules, wicked economic policies, and intolerable limitation of natural rights. Supranational organizations, financed in large measure by the conspirator of this coup d'etat, are interfering in the government of individual nations and in the lives, relationships, and health of billions of people. They are doing it for money, certainly, but even more. So in order to centralize power so as to establish a planetary dictatorship. It is the great reset of the World Economic Forum, the Agenda 2030 of the United Nations. It is the plan of the new world order, in which a universal republic enslaves everyone and a religious of humanity counsels faith in Christ.
So I'm going to stop share for a second. So I'm going to share one more piece of information that everybody should know, and I have this on different videos. This is Rosa Corey. She has gone, she was a retired California Transportation District Branch Chief, a litigation support for and witness for in land use, and also assessed land property. And let me just share what she has to say, because it's what's coming and what is happening. And let me stop share for a second, because I got to share this. Where this is not just about these wars, you guys. Israel and Palestine, that's not Israel government in war with Palestine. It's these Zionists, it's the elitists, it's these Jesuits. Let me read this part really quick again. And actually, let me just share with you the story. I don't need to read it. 1941 was the Catholic Church, 1941, 1950s, the Catholic Church created the Jesuit order. And it did so because there was a Protestant Reformation where the people were going away from the Catholic Church. And they were being guided to understand the truth that they didn't need a priest to get to God. Well, the Catholic Church didn't want to lose its power, so they created this order called the Jesuit order. And their main purpose was to destroy all Protestants, all freedoms, all everything about Protestantism. And the only reason why the United States became free was because in 1773, the Jesuit order was taken down by the other Catholic Christian monarchs in Europe. They literally booted them out of their country, and they forced the Pope to end their order. That's the only reason why they stopped, because 1773, they were taken down. We had our independence in 1776. Then in 1814, they were reestablished. And then in 1814, they started infiltrating all of the nations in Europe and in the United States. And the United States was actually warned about this. Lincoln knew about this, and they thought at first, the United States thought it was going to come through war. They thought they were going to be attacked by the Jesuits, but no, that was never their plan. Their plan was to infiltrate and destroy this country from the inside. And that's what is happening now. That's what's happening now. And it's under the guise of development and planning department. So the reason why I'm going to show you Rosa Cole is because she found this information and she was floored. She didn't realize, she actually found it by accident. And let me find her. Where's her page? Did I close it? Hold on a second, everybody. Let me find her page. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's here. Oh, okay. I need to do escape. And there it is. All right. Got it. All right. Let me do a screen share now. And here. All right. Here we go. Listen to what she has to say.
But for 30 years, I've worked for the California Department of Transportation. I'm a district branch chief, and I've just retired. I'm a litigation support person and an expert witness in land use and property valuation. And those years of analysis and litigation support prepared me for recognizing the planning revolution that was sweeping the nation, that I first noticed back in 2002. And in researching that, as well as in fighting a huge fraudulent redevelopment project in my city, where I was actually elected to the project area committee, and from sitting on that committee and doing research, I found that the whole project was fraudulent, and it's a long deal, but through researching that, I found the issues behind it, and they led to United Nations Agenda 21 Sustainable Development. Like one of your members said in his testimony in regards to House Bill 1634, I was a skeptic. And as well you should be. But in doing the research, I found that this really wasn't something that was a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a conspiracy fact. And this information is fully documented. Everything that I'm going to be talking about today is a fact. And if I'm speculating or I'm giving my opinion on something, I'll tell you. Otherwise, everything I'm talking about is fully documented. So I know that as Americans, you're going to find yourselves deeply at odds with and completely concerned by the agenda for the 21st century. And that is what it's called by the United Nations and the world. It's not Catch-22. It's not Area.
And it's also now called Agenda 2030. It's the same thing.
51. It's Agenda 21 because it is the agenda for the 21st century. That is what it's called by the United Nations. It's a blueprint. It is the action plan to inventory and control all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all information, all energy, all means of production, and all human beings in the world. It is a totally comprehensive plan. Yes, it's we'll just do what we can with the fabulous technology of our 21st century here. It is a transition from representative government. Now this is serious. It's a transition from representative government to government by unelected boards and commissions. It is truly an erection of a shadow government, of another layer of government, of a parallel government. This is what it is. It is an erasure of jurisdictional boundaries. It is a loss of private property rights, a loss of sovereignty, both personal, physical sovereignty, and physical sovereignty in terms of our nation. And it's a loss of our freedom. So of course we're going to be concerned about this, all of us, not just as Americans, but as free human beings. Agenda 21 Sustainable Development was signed onto by 179 nations, including the United States, in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, at the Earth Summit, the United Nations Earth Summit. George H.W. Bush committed the United States to implementing sustainable development, and it has been supported by every president ever since. It's a global plan, but it's implemented locally. Mm-hmm. Now you know that just the day before yesterday was the end of the 20th anniversary of the Rio de Janeiro Earth.
I'm going to pause it there because I do want, let me stop share. What can we do? Well, let me just I'm just gonna say what we can do, and then I want to share one more thing, and then we're gonna do a prayer. But what we can do is contact our legislative body and say no to, tell them about this. Tell them, look deeper into the sustainable planning agenda that they have for us. Tell them, what is it? You know, there are things in there that take away people's privacy, that take away people's property, that basically gives more power to the government. So even if you're out there, research it for yourself, and then email me and give us an action plan that we can do. But it's up to each one of us to contact our legislative body, contact your state representative. How to do that is in the description. It's really, really easy. It's a link. All you do is click on the link, you put in your zip code or your town or your city, and your representative comes up. Contact them and say no to sustainable development, no to sustainable planning. It takes away our freedoms. It violates our rights. So that is the power that we have. The other thing that we can do is get ourselves out of the system. Get ourselves out. I was talking to a man from Laos who survived, and he actually, his family was able to escape Laos at the time of one of the wars that was there. And he was always asking, what can we do? What we can do is get our asses out of the system that we contracted into. I've been sharing these videos over and over again. We have contracts. This whole government is about contracts. So if we get ourselves, rescind our contracts, remember that we are infinite beings. We're under God, that God created this body, not the government. The government does not get my soul. The government cannot have my body. I am under God, not under the government. So we rescind our contracts and we get our asses out of the system, and we stop funding it. And we do this in a lawful way, where we rescind the contracts. Do not stop paying taxes because you hear this. You have to rescind and revoke your contract to pay. That's how you started paying in the first place, was because of contracts. This is all contract law. That's what the government is under. And we stand up and we're courageous for our freedoms, you guys. This is, each one of us has to make a choice. Each one of us gets to make a choice. Do you just keel over, keep doing your life the way you're doing it, acting like nothing's happening, and have all your freedoms and your rights taken away and the rug pulled out from under you? Or do you wake up and see what is happening, contact your legislator, say no to sustainable living? The thing is, a sustainable development has a lot of good things in there, but look at the underlying layers that are taking away people's freedoms, people's property rights, and giving the government more power. So those are the action steps that each one of us chooses to take or chooses not to take. All right, so let me just explain to you what's happening in Lahaina. I got this as an update because I asked one of the people over there, what's going on in Lahaina? People flew over to Honolulu and went to the Capitol building to see the governor. Multiple times he refused to see them. He refused to see them. The governor, who's supposed to be a public servant, refusing to see the people of Lahaina. People had over 800, I believe 800 signatures or more, asking the governor please to delay the tourists from coming to West Maui. The governor ignored them and pushed it forward. No one can get Governor Green or the mayor for a face-to-face interview unless it's mainstream media. Josh Green's office actually lied to the producer of Olelo TV about a press conference to be held. They actually, I think it was, they told him the wrong location. I'm not sure about that. That's what I believe that is what happened. I believe the governor is trying to force through the soil tax spray, which would condemn the land in Lahaina. So they're trying to spray a glue down on the soil, and that is supposedly would condemn the land and make it easier for eminent domain to swoop in and steal the land from the Hawaiian residents. And the Maui leader also told me that governor is trying to shut down hubs, which private citizens have opened. I just interviewed State Representative Ellie Cochran, who herself started a hub in one of the parks next to Lahaina. And it was literally, she even says it was hostily taken down. And they literally just took everything, all the donations. And they said that the reason for taking the donations is because the people were wanting them back. So I told her, don't give up. Don't give up, Ellie. We got your back. We're gonna do everything we can on our end, and that's through prayer. This is my notes. That's what's coming. This absolute government that does not stand for the people, that has their own agenda. And right now is our chance, because if we do not do anything, we cannot expect our children to stand up for us. So contact your representative. The link is below. Tell them to look deeper into, I'm going to send all the links to these videos that I shared. You can look at the whole video, watch it for yourself, look up your own sustainable development planning agenda and see what's in there for yourself, and then contact your legislative body about it. Please do this. Please do your research. And also we have to trust, and that includes myself, because right now I'm a bit hypey about this. Let's just do a quick prayer. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of life. There is a plan. You have this plan. This darkness, this evilness, these demons have been running the world for a very long time, through manipulation, through lies, through murder, through torture and rape of innocent people. And we know that their time is ending. And they know their time is ending. So we ask for inner strength for all of us, to encourage to do what is ours to do what is our kuleana. We know that you are always here, that we are never, ever alone, that we go through this journey with you right at our side, Great Spirit. Our guides and our angels are always guiding us. And we know that Jesus Christ's consciousness of absolute unconditional love is always holding every single one of us in light and in strength. We know that that is true. And right now, we just ask for the light to be shown on all the lies, every single lie that has ever happened, that is being run right now in this present time through the government, the name of the government, which is really a business. It's not even a government. It's actually a business. We just ask for light of truth to be shown to all people, that they see what is really going on, that the war in Israel has nothing to do with the Israeli government or the people. It has to do with the Zionists, the British imperialists, these Jesuits. And we just know that there is a light that is being held for all Israeli people, for all Palestinian people, that they have inner strength right now, that they have guidance toward what is going to keep them safe, and the truth of what is happening be lit like a billion stars on it, showing exactly what is really going on and really happening. We know that there's deception beyond what we can imagine, and that deception is being played out, and the light is shining right on it, that it cannot play out in the darkness anymore. We hold inner strength and light for all people who have been attacked and had their houses and homes destroyed. This goes for East Palestine on the mainland, who we have never, ever forgotten, for Canada, for Australia that have been burned, for California, for all of the places on the mainland, the United States, that have had fires, had attacked, had weather modification, weather attacks, DEWs. We know that the light is on all of it. And we give so much gratitude for the ending of this evil empire, that they can no longer stand in the truth and the light of love and unity for all people. We know that all people are one human race, and that the true religion of all people is love. That is the true one religion. That is the true race of all humanity. So we know that this light of all of our hearts is shining brighter and brighter every single day. And each one of us has the courage to do what is ours to do. We know that. We know that Jesus Christ, his consciousness, his love, that infinite love, unconditional love, supports and guides us every step of the way. We know it is done. We breathe into this knowing, and so it is. So your Kuleana, friends, if you'll take it on, what is yours to do is to trust your intuition, to contact your legislative body, to let them know that you know what's going on, take a look deeper into that plan, and then get your stuff clean, get your relationships clean. If you're in an argument with somebody, see how you could have done things better. Apologize. Get the love frequency higher and higher and higher, as high as we can, because that's what's needed right now. That is what is our strength. That is what will unify all of us, is the love we have for each other. I mean, a child doesn't care if it's the person who's playing with it, with him or her, I shouldn't say it, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that, with this little girl or little boy. That child doesn't care what color that person is, or what race or religion or anything. They just want to be played with. They just want attention. So let's remember that we are one human race. And the religion we have, the truth we have is love. It's just love. Every single religion believes in love. Let's have that grow and grow and grow stronger and stronger every single day. And we got this. All right. I'll have the links below. Oh, the sponsor is for me, if you want to donate anything, and that includes your prayers. The links are below. I do have a sponsor who is for Trans World Metals. So if you have contacted Bill from Trans World Metals about your retirement because you really want that fiat dollar is going to go bye-bye, you guys. And if you have your IRA in money, it's a really good idea to take a look at another option, which would be gold or silver. And Trans World Metals is one of the best ones, especially here on the islands. But you can buy it anywhere in the world, and they have really low spot prices. So take a look at Trans World Metals. And this is not legal advice or financial advice, but I would way get out of fiat currency, way get out of that. All right, you guys, sending you much love. Aloha.